6 months ago, I spent $100 on a graphene coating that every detailing channel on YouTube was recommending. I also spent $13 on something the same channels never mention. I applied both to the same car, same panel, same conditions, and I documented every single week. The results made 3 separate detailing brands ask me to take this video down. I did not. Subscribe every week. We publish something the industry wishes we would not. Before we go further, drop the word coat in the comments right now if you have ever bought a ceramic or graphene coating. Tell us what product you used and how long it actually lasted. We want to know exactly how many people have spent $80, $100, $150 on a coating that performed exactly like a $13 spray from the auto parts store. Here is what started this experiment. I was watching a detailing video, a popular one. Millions of views. The host was applying a graphene coating. $120 for a small bottle. Talked about molecular bonding. He talked about graphene's Nobel Prize-winning properties. He talked about 10 years of protection. And in the comments, someone asked a simple question. How is this different from a $15 ceramic spray? The comment had 847 likes. The host never answered it. That question started a 6-month experiment. The answer to that question is the reason you are watching this video right now. Before I show you the monthly results, you need to understand what these products actually are. Because the marketing language around graphene coatings is designed to make a simple molecule sound like space technology. And once you understand the actual chemistry, the price difference becomes very difficult to justify. Here is what a ceramic coating is. Silicon dioxide. SiO2. A compound made of silicon and oxygen. When you apply it to a car's paint surface, it bonds to the clear coat and creates a hard hydrophobic layer. That layer repels water. It repels dirt. It makes the surface easier to clean. And it adds a layer of protection between your paint and the environment. This is not new science. This is not complicated science. Silicon dioxide has been used in industrial protective coatings for decades. Now here's what a graphene coating is. Silicon dioxide with graphene oxide added. That is it. Graphene oxide is a processed form of carbon, the same carbon that makes up graphite in your pencil. In theory, graphene adds 3 things to a coating. Harder surface, better heat resistance, reduced static charge, which means less dust attraction. In theory, the question I needed to answer was simple. Does a $100 graphene coating actually deliver those benefits in a real-world 6-month test? Or does a $13 silicon dioxide spray deliver the same result for a fraction of the price? Stay with that question, because the monthly results are about to answer it. Month 1, application day. Left panel of the hood, $100. Graphene coating, applied exactly as instructed. Surface prep clay bar IPA wipe down, let dry completely. Applied in a thin even layer. Buffed off after the specified flash time. Right panel of the hood, $13 CO2 ceramic spray. Same surface prep, same application method, same buffing technique. Both panels photographed in identical lighting conditions. At this point, both panels looked identical. Deep gloss. Perfect water beating when tested with a spray bottle. No visible difference between the $100 panel and the $13 panel. The industry would say, wait. The real difference shows over time, so I waited. Month 1, week 2. First rain event. Both panels documented after drying. Water beating identical on both panels. Gloss retention, identical. Surface feel, identical. 1 week in, no difference. Month 2. The car has been driven daily. Highway miles, city miles. Rain, dust. Bird droppings removed twice from each panel. Water beating still strong on both. Gloss still identical. I washed the car 4 times during this month. Same pH neutral shampoo both times. Same drying method. Same inspection conditions. After each wash, both panels photographed in the same spot under the same afternoon light. The results were consistent. No visible difference between the $100 panel and the $13 panel after 2 months. The graphene coating brands would tell you this is where their product begins to separate from cheaper alternatives. It did not. Not yet. But I kept going, because 2 months is not a test. 2 months is a preview. Month 3, the middle point. This is where most YouTube comparisons stop. A 30-day test, a 60-day test, a quick before and after. That is not a test. That is a demonstration. A real test is what happens when the coating faces 3 months of real-world exposure. UV radiation every clear day. Temperature cycling, cold mornings, hot afternoons, cold again at night. Repeated washing 8 washes over 3 months. Chemical exposure from road spray, fuel vapor at the petrol station, and 2 separate rain events that left mineral deposits behind. Month 3 results. Both panels photographed in direct sunlight, the most revealing condition for coating degradation. I also used a water spray bottle at exactly 30 centimeters distance to document bead contact angle. Water beading, both panels still strong. Graphene panel, slight edge and water bead contact angle. The beads on the graphene panel were marginally rounder and rolled off faster. SiO2 panel, marginally flatter bead pattern. Water still beaded clearly, just slightly less aggressively than the graphene panel. First measurable difference at 3 months, and it was small, smaller than the price difference suggested it should be. The industry would call this proof of graphene superiority. I called it the beginning of a question. Is a slightly rounder water bead worth $87 more? Keep that question in mind, because month 4 is where the real story begins. Month 4. Something happened that no detailing brand accounts for in their marketing. A bird dropping sat on the graphene panel for 6 hours before I noticed it. I removed it with a damp cloth. I inspected the panel under a light. The graphene coating at 4 months showed a faint etch mark where the dropping had sat, not deep, not damaging to the paint underneath, but visible under direct light. Ran the same test on the CO2 panel deliberately. Applied a drop of acidic solution at the same concentration as bird droppings. Left it 6 hours. Removed it the same way. Inspection result. Identical etch mark. Same depth. Same visibility. The $100 graphene coating did not outperform the $13 CO2 spray in chemical resistance after 4 months. The one claim that justifies most of the price premium superior chemical resistance did not hold up. This is what 3 separate detailing brands did not want published. Because the answer to that comment from month 1 was becoming very clear. Month 5, dust accumulation test. I parked the car in the same spot for 48 hours without washing. Both panels photographed with a flashlight at a raking angle to show surface contamination. Graphene coating result, light dust accumulation. SiO to spray result, slightly heavier dust accumulation. This is the one area where graphene's antistatic properties showed a real-world benefit. The graphene panel attracted measurably less dust over 48 hours. I want to be clear about what this means. It is a real difference. It is also a difference that disappears every time you wash the car, and a difference that costs $87 more. Whether that difference justifies the price is a question only you can answer. But I'm going to give you the full picture before you decide. Month 6. Final results. 6 months of real-world exposure. Daily driving, weather cycling, regular washing, chemical exposure, bird dropping events, dust accumulation. Here is the complete breakdown. Water beading at 6 months. Graphene coating, still strong, slight edge over CO2. SiO to spray still functional, marginally reduced bead contact angle. Both still performing above what traditional wax provides at this stage. It's both still doing the job they were bought to do. Gloss retention at 6 months. Both panels visually identical under all lighting conditions tested. Overcast light, direct sunlight, artificial garage lighting. No measurable difference in gloss under any condition. Chemical resistance. Both panels, identical performance. The graphene advantage in this category did not materialize in real-world conditions. Dust attraction. Graphene coating. Measurable advantage. Less dust accumulation over extended periods between washes. CO2 spray. Heavier contamination between washes. This is graphene's one real-world win. Ease of cleaning. Both panels identical. Contamination removed with the same effort on both surfaces. No difference in how easy each panel was to maintain. Overall protection. Both panels, clear coat completely intact. No paint damage on either panel after 6 months of daily driving. Both coatings did their fundamental job. Summary. One measurable real-world advantage for the $100 graphene coating over the $13 CO2 spray: reduced dust attraction between washes. No other meaningful difference across 6 months of identical real-world exposure. Now, here is the part of this story that the detailing industry will not tell you publicly. The graphene coating market was worth over $800 million last year. It is growing. Every major detailing brand has released a graphene product. Every major detailing YouTube channel has a graphene sponsor. And the marketing machine behind these products has one job: make you believe that graphene is a revolutionary technology that justifies a $100 price point. Here's what the science actually says. Graphene oxide adds measurable benefits in laboratory conditions: harder surface, better heat dissipation, reduced static charge. In a laboratory, in real-world conditions, on a car driven daily in normal weather, those benefits narrow dramatically. The reduced dust attraction is real. The rest of the laboratory benefits do not translate to a meaningful real-world difference over 6 months. Professional detailers who charge for graphene coating applications know this. The brands that sell graphene coating products know this. And the YouTube channels that take sponsorship money from those brands are not going to tell you this, because the $100 product funds their channel. The $13 product does not. I have no sponsor. I have no brand deal. I have 6 months of documented results on a real car driven in real conditions. The results are what they are. Here is what this means for you right now. If you are maintaining a daily driver, a car that faces regular weather, road contamination, and washing a quality CO to ceramic spray will give you 95% of what a graphene coating gives you. For $13, applied every 6 to 8 months. Annual cost $26. That is the full year cost. $26. For 95% of a $100 result. If you are maintaining a show car, a vehicle that sits in a garage, is washed carefully, rarely faces bird droppings or harsh chemical exposure, the dust attraction advantage of graphene may be worth the premium to you. That is a legitimate use case. But that is not most car owners. Most car owners drive daily. Most cars park outside. Most cars get bird droppings and road spray and weekly washes. For those cars, for those owners, $13. 6 to 8 months, 95% of the result. The detailing industry spent millions of dollars making sure you never did this calculation. Now you have. The silicon dioxide does not care what the label says, it just bonds. Leave your result in the comments. What coating you used, how long it lasted, and whether it performed the way the marketing said it would. I read every single one. If this changed how you think about detailing products, share it with one person who is about to spend $100 on a graphene kit. Subscribe. Next week, one more result the industry did not want published.